Good day, I'm Ikslorin, and I think it's time for another update, because actually this time I've got news. But as a cruel person, I will of course wait to talk about the news for later, because first I'm thinking that we should maybe just talk about where we're actually standing right now with the channel as it is. Well, it seems to me that we are having amount of Hearthstone that I actually really like. It seems like a sweet spot to me. I don't really want to go for more videos for one deck or less. I mean, I feel like 1 to 1.5 hours of content for one deck seems to be the sweet spot, really. You can get enough games in for a control deck that you can actually see most of the situations that could happen with it, but then also it won't get boring if you have an aggro deck. So since I don't really want to go for double or take 2 decks a week, because that would be a lot, I think, for the channel to bear. I feel like it's really a sweet spot. I don't think I would really want to change it 3 times a week. Seems perfect to me. Also, I've been able to really keep the schedule on that, surprisingly, except for 1 week, because I was sick, as you may remember from that last video. But really, that's just what you get when you work as a teacher. Just meet so many people. You gotta really just get sick at some point. But then again, actually, I've been rather lucky, I think. Normally, I get like 2 colds a year. So, with only 1 cold until now, I'm still in the statistics. Perfectly fine. Then also, we are doing some shoutcasts, or I'm trying to. If you look at when the last one was uploaded, it's like 1.5 months ago. Yeah, not really exactly what I was hoping for, but I mean, it would be lovely to have like once a week, and it's also not really like that, like I'm lacking the time, but really mostly just the energy, because like most human beings, I don't like to suck at things. So because I'm really bad at shoutcasting, as you should probably have realized when watching at least one of them, I don't like to set myself in a situation to suck again. So I think I just have to get over that and make 1 a week. I think 1 a week would be the sweet spot for myself, because I'm still only doing this like a hobby, right? I mean, 2 videos a week would be awesome from probably a viewer's perspective, but I mean, then I can pretty much get a whole series done in a week. If I look over at what I have right now for the West of the Nations Cup 17, we have 2 series that are 3-parters, and then the finals that is a 2-parter. Yeah, spoilers, sorry. But yeah, I don't know really if I should. I probably can't go for 2 a week. I would probably just get exhausted if I went for that. I mean, I can't even uphold once a week, so I should probably only first look at 2 a week whenever I'm actually getting comfortable shoutcasting. And if I do it once a week, I think I would actually be still getting better at it and not forget everything that I've learned, which is probably what I have done since the last time. Then also we have had 2 one-clip edits that it seems to me actually that the quality of these videos have went up, which is a fine thing, but it somewhat counteracts the point of why I actually started doing one-clip edits, because if you look back at the first 2 videos on this channel, they were montages. Those are really just these one-clip edits, but for 5 minutes. And well, the quality of those weren't bad, but the style I went for was very easy for an editor, you know, to doing in editing very rapidly fast. So I could make those 5 minutes in about 2 weeks. So, well, it seems to me that these OCs, even though they are made in a shorter time, they still take a lot more work than before. So it somewhat counteracts what I've been doing before, but I don't. It's fine, because the product really shows. I mean, look at the one from Tarquin. Except that it looks like I've been on drugs or something. It's a really good one. Also, you may have noticed with the last one that I have gotten a new intro. that was mainly just because that some people that I spoke with just didn't get the format that I was doing. They watched the first half of the video and then didn't watch the rest of it. And I thought I should probably try and address that for the few that would watch it and don't know what I'm doing. So just so that they get a more pleasant experience, because I can't see why you would just see the unedited part and then just think the rest of it is just credits. But I have already been talking about scheduling on all of those others, so about OCEs, I don't know really how regular could I make those. If the thing is, they take a lot of work to do, so they would cut into other stuff easily. I'm thinking once a month would be great, but then on the other hand, I would then have to cut into something else. That would probably be the shoutcasting for that 1 week. It would be something that is really fine if it wasn't, as I said, the problem that I have a tendency not to really want to make those shoutcasts, and it takes me a lot of time to actually get started. I will actually just sit down wanting to start, or thinking I should make one, and then just procrastinate all the time away. So I'm not so sure if just skipping 1 week of shoutcasting would mean that I end up not doing them for several weeks, and it will take me again somewhat kind of really take me some time to just get started again. So yeah, that was already 7 minutes wasted. But yeah, I really like where we're going. I really want to get the regularity or the shoutcast in a regular level. And for that, I think the news that I have for you is actually something that is very good. Because even though that I didn't expect that much from it, I bought Fraps. I bought a copy of Fraps for myself. Because, as some of you may know, right now I've just been using Ops for recording Hearthstone. And then I have been pre-rendering all the Urban Terror footage. And then cutting those 2 GB pieces together. And then that would actually be 3 hours of work just before I can do any shoutcasts. Which is really a lot of downtime for really nothing. But it's okay, I guess. I mean, it gets the job done and it works, so sure, why not? I can also do other stuff while I'm doing that, so it works. But, well, without high expectations, I bought Fraps anyway, I thought it may help in some certain circumstances. And really, I was really surprised. As you can see on all of this background footage, which all of it is recorded on the same computer as the other stuff on this channel. The only difference really is that it is with Fraps and not Ops or pre-rendered. And, well, as you can see, it's running at 720p or 900p, 30 FPS, without a problem, without one dropped frame. And right now, if I am editing this correctly, I should be showing some Hearthstone footage. And I would want you to notice here that there's no lag, or there is really lacking in frame drops while all these fancy effects are cast, like Lighting Storm, for example. My Ops would always choke up on that one. Choke, sorry. That's the word. Choke? I don't think it would be drinking. But I'm still thinking though to actually go for Ops on Hearthstone just because it works, and Fraps is still actually rather intense on the hard drive instead of the CPU, as it seems, because it is 1 to 1.5 GB per minute of game footage when you record with Fraps. That's a lot, and that is not really that healthy for a hard drive of things. So, except if you really want to have the extra quality in these Hearthstone videos, and if you want that, I may consider doing it with Fraps anyway. Then I may just keep on going with Ops. That's pretty much your call, really. Also, I think it will make it much easier for me to shoutcast, because I can just Fraps the game while I'm shoutcasting, and then also I can just maybe go for a second computer for the webcam thing, so that my computer won't be having to record 2 things at once. Also, now that we are back again on shoutcasting, I will probably switch to Fraps just when I'm finished with Nations Cup 17. And at that point I would also probably remake the graphics, I'm thinking. I mean, the ones that we have now are they're fine. I like them, but is there any feedback that you could give? Is there anything you would want to see changed? I would really like to hear that. But most importantly, though, with Fraps, obviously, is that I'm not confined to these 2 games anymore. But then again, I'm not so really sure if I want to do anything else than those 2 games anyway. Do I really want to do any other type of content? There is something that I'm actually thinking about, but let's just talk about this channel focus or theme. I'm thinking that it is very competitive and serious, yet somewhat positive and relaxed. It is not really hardcore, and really the perfect place for backseat gamers not to say anything. It's very relaxed, very positive, and very experimental, as you can see in the Hearthstone thing. We don't just go for meta decks and win all the time and try to be the best player. We try to experiment, trying to have some fun but still be somewhat serious. So with that in mind, what could we make that maybe fits the theme somewhat? Well, there's still the thing that I want to really learn to play StarCraft. It's a really intimidating thing though. So maybe having a series where I once a week record 1 game. No, I would of course play more than that, but then once a week. So just that I have to do something, so that I cannot just skip on StarCraft. I'm thinking so that I'm obliged to do it. I would probably just then document my me trying to learn it. I think it would be a very interesting experience to see a semi-competitive, semi-good, or semi-competitive FPS player try and learn StarCraft. That would be probably somewhat interesting. I would then, of course, try and learn it by day 9 and filter StarCraft. Those 2 have some really good stuff that I could base everything on. The dailies and the Bronze to Master series, of course. And then I'm also thinking that I could maybe get back into League of Legends together with a friend of mine, though I would have to ask him first. I don't think I can just say that he would do something without asking him. Also, now that I'm already talking about other people, I'm thinking to do some kind of gimmick wars thing with someone else. That would be very interesting, I think. Just to have some kind of back and forth thing and then try and do some kind of gimmick decks against each other, maybe a mill versus a mill deck and such, or just 2 different types of gimmick decks against each other. I think that would be very interesting, a very, very good entertainment. I just have to find someone who has a good persona that works well with me, I think. Then, so those 2 things, or 3 things, well then, they seem to fit the theme of this channel really, really well. You shouldn't probably expect to see any of this before a long time. I would have to do the graphics for it and a lot of other stuff probably too. And I would then also, just like the Shoutcast, have to get myself to do it too. But then there's also some other thoughts that I've had. I was thinking about doing some kind of first impressions series thing. But then again, I'm the sort of person who really likes to buy the games, not new, but when they are on sale. So I cannot so I can't really see how these will be helpful for anyone really. But then again, there's at least one game that I would want to critique. I actually already have my opinion on it. I just didn't know that I could actually record it already with this computer. So maybe I could make that one video, then you can tell me if you like it. But I mean it fits the theme of this channel somewhat, but I'm not so sure if really that should be something that I should try and do, mainly just because it will take immense time for researching, so I wouldn't have much time for anything else. And first and foremost, I have to be sure that I have all my lessons prepared, and then secondly, I will also have to try and see if I can do all this other content that I actually want to do regularly. The most important thing actually, I think, here is to get the shoutcasting done regularly, at least once a week. And it's probably the first goal I will have. Then I will probably find another goal, either 2 shoutcasts a week, or maybe another series. Also, the last thing that I was thinking about was something that really doesn't fit the theme that much, but it is still a very interesting experiment, I think. Looking at some old school games, some really old classics that I've missed myself, but mainly playing games from my childhood and looking back at them with nostalgia. I mean, I have played. I have still played a lot of old, the games that I played in my childhood are probably the ones that most others haven't. So it will probably be somewhat interesting. Maybe I can then also. It will probably also be somewhat of a critique thing, where I'm looking back at them and see if they were actually as good as I remember. So yeah, I don't know. It would at least or surely be an interesting experience or interesting thing, but I don't know if it really fits the theme of the channel or if you are actually even interested in it. So yeah, I don't know. Are you interested in any of this? Some kind of a StarCraft documentary of me trying to learn it? Maybe playing Hearthstone with another one? Some kind of Gimmick Wars thing, or maybe even League of Legends with that guy? Or maybe some kind of first impression series or nostalgia show? I don't know. Please leave comments. I would love to try and hear your feedback on any of this or any of these things that I have addressed here. So yeah, that was 17 minutes of me talking. Whoa. I didn't know that I could actually just do that. All of the other vlogs that I've done, I had to redo a lot of stuff. I mean, except for redoing one or two sentences here and there. I have actually done this pretty well, I think. So yeah, I will try and see if I can get as fast as possible back on the shoutcasting thing, because I like to be able to do it, and I find it actually to be really energetic and fun when I actually get to myself to sit down and do it. So yeah, thanks for watching. I've been Ikslorin and see ya.